Yo, guys, welcome to another weekly episode of the E podcast. Um, Apologies for the delay, the 30-minute delay, but certain things had to get watched, but now we think it's a waste of time. But it's what it is. There's still hope. There's still hope for the realest team in London. But yeah, enough of that. King of the Ring happened this week. King of the Ring second round happened this week. Logan Paul also confirmed. Okay, Cody Rhodes confirmed his match with Logan Paul. A lot of stuff happened in the E. A lot of stuff to talk about. I'm Anafi, joined by my co-host.
What's up, people? It's your boy Mex, the WrestleManiac. Yeah, the E has been popping, a lot of good stuff. It's really turned into like a wrestling show in the last few months, and it's quite interesting the way they've posed it. I feel like almost going into WrestleMania, it was high drama, a lot of stuff happening, The Rock and Roman, that whole story and everything like that. Other stuff around the card as well. But coming out of Mania, it has been heavy on the wrestling, the in-ring stuff, which I think is good. Is get yourself a girl that can do both, as they say.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like this is what people have been clamoring about for years. WWE is all entertainment. WWE is just all theater. WWE's, bro, they're giving you what you want to see. You know what I mean? And they're doing it the best of their ability. They're capturing moments well. Even with yesterday, whenever there was a King of the Ring match, they'll give you like an update on how that person got to that stage. And it's like stuff like that just helps the show go on and
sports presentation.
They said it. I remember Triple H done. There was a tweet that went out, but I think Fightful or someone posted it's like Triple H, WWE have now decided they're going to go down the sports presentation route. Everyone was like, get out of here. But it's this is what they're giving you. The backstage stuff, the whole thing. Even look, I can basically similarities in terms of, for example, football. When the players in the dugout, they're ready to comment for the game. They see the players in the dugout. You see, I don't know, Pogba greeting Hazard, and this is it. What they're doing in WWE. You see them backstage. They're greeting the people when they come back in, and just bam, it's in the stadium. Next thing you know, we're live Sunday, Super Sunday. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
And we're live.
And we're live. Yeah, bro. It's epic, bro. Like, I'm really loving it. And I'm grateful that it's gone down that route, man. Like, proper enjoying it, man. King of the Ring's been sick, and I said it. This might be the best King of the Ring we've had in a very long time.
We said this on Wednesday. And by Wednesday last week when we recorded, that was just the first round. You know, the last 16, and it was already the best King of the Ring that they've ever done, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Obviously, I haven't been outside to see them all. My first exposure to King of the Ring was the year after Austin won it, which was what, 97? When Triple H won it in 97, I think it was.
I think it was 97, yeah.
That was my first King of the Ring that I watched. And none of them since then have been quality-wise. You know, the dip in this one was, I think it was Santos Escobar versus LA Knight, which was a 2-minute match or something. That's what King of the Ring used to be. Like,
quick.
Every single match was just a 2-minute, 3-minute nonsense. Like, but we've only had one of those in this tournament so far, and everything else, men and women, has been proper.
Yeah, proper. Even I'm loving the way a lot of the wrestlers are getting their shine. So, for example, Baron Corbin put in a great match with Carmelo Hayes. I wasn't expecting that, but I know what Baron Corbin is capable of, and he's given us that. The fact that he's also even played like a face, like we've seen him play the Hill before, but it's great to see. Lara Valkyria, she's definitely, this is her tournament. She's getting over big time. Even though raw, like she's getting over.
The woo.
Bro, it's sick, man. It's proper sick, man. So yeah, like this is what King of the Ring was meant to be doing, and this is what it's supposed to be doing. And yeah, we finally got it, man. I'm gassed for it.
Yeah, they're doing a very, very good job, and you know, people are just liking it because you were getting extended wrestling matches, which it seems like, you know, you guys watch a wrestling show, this is what you should be used to. It's not what we're used to when it comes to WWE, especially. But you know, we're getting it, and we're seeing some top level stuff. Big up in the Deeb in the chat. Says Spurs are dog food,
bro. Waste of time,
bro.
Waste of time.
Big up Major K. Dot. He says, big up people are fuming. Ilya Dragunov lost.
Let's get to that. Let's talk
about it.
Max, you know, you take it away because obviously you said it last week. Perfect. in perfect terms. You might just repeat again.
Yeah, I mean, I said something to the effect of this is high stakes now for Jey Uso. Jey Uso has been running with this main event mantra without ever really proving he is winning main events, being featured in main events, winning big matches. And this is either, do or die at this point, this match with Dragunov. And we all know, everyone is flabbergasted that Dragunov didn't win is because they've seen Dragunov's work before, all through NXT, NXT UK. This guy is a formidable wrestler, intense wrestler, very, very good. Had a great account of himself last week with Ricochet on Raw in the first round of this tournament, sorry. And they're thinking, right, we're going to get more of the same. But he met a wall called Jey Uso. Jey Uso had to prevail. Like, if Jey Uso lost to the guy that just came up from NXT, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. People are somewhat, as far I've seen today, that people said that this is Dragunov's worst ever match. And I don't know whether they're saying it because his dance partner was Jey Uso or whatever. I don't see Dragunov having bad matches.
Yeah.
I could say, okay, this being his worst match still means it was a good match. It was just the worst of all the matches he's ever had. Okay, but I don't know if people are doing that to kind of degrade Jey Uso or whatever. But yeah, Jey Uso got a big win over Dragunov. He's gone into the semi-final. He's going to face Gunther. And
he's gonna beat Gunther as well.
He's going to beat Gunther.
It's going to be Gunther. It's gonna cry more. Yeet tears, yeet, cry. Listen, he's going to defeat Gunther with a spear and a super kick. He's gonna. I can really see it in the splash. It's curtains, bro. We're gonna see that. You gotta eat it up. You gotta eat it up.
And that's the one that I'll put my hands up and say I don't want to see that. Personally, I don't want to see him beat Gunther, but at the same time, for the story that they're telling, he has to beat Gunther. And to be honest, let's be honest, it's Jey Uso and it's his wrestling ability that everyone's really commenting on. If this was any other person, let's say Carmelo Hayes was on this side of the bracket, and Carmelo Hayes had just beaten Ricochet. Let's say Carmelo Hayes would have beaten who did Jay face in the first round? I can't remember.
Wasn't that Finn Balor?
So say it was Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes had just beaten Finn Balor, Dragunov, and then Gunther. It will be fire on a mountain.
Yeah, that one I hear.
Blah blah. You see what I mean? Like, but this is how they're using it to make a star, because all the yeet stuff, the entrance, they know they've got that down.
Yes, it's ticked off.
Down since day one. That one is fine. It's now the wrestling, and you guys said that this guy couldn't wrestle or this guy can't put on good matches. So we're gonna stack him up against three of our best. Finn Balor, Dragunov, and Gunther, and he's gonna beat all three of them, and then you're not gonna see. And I guess people are still, the jury's still out. But yeah, people should prepare for him to be beating Gunther next Monday. Yeah, like people cried tears on the timeline this morning. You're gonna cry more.
You're gonna vomit. You're gonna vomit next week. That's what you're gonna vomit next week. You're gonna vomit next week, bro. You're gonna vomit next week, bro. Yeah, but like I said before on the podcast, Jey Uso's doing the right thing, and I think WWE are doing the right thing of also pushing him this way. Like obviously when I saw the match, obviously when we heard that the match was happening last week, I immediately said, listen, there is absolutely no way they're going to give us Ilya Dragunov versus Gunther for free on Raw like that as their first meetup. No way. The match that got their first, I think it was WWE's first 5-star match. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or got a 5-star match anyway. They want to put that on Raw for free. No way. So that's another reason why that's another reason I was happy that Jey Uso won that, because I didn't want them to link up. I like the little subtle like backstage stuff where they see each other there and that, but keep that going.
Ilya and
Gunther, yeah, the little subtle ones.
They're linking
like it.
Up.
They're linking up.
100% linking up.
He's gonna be the new member of Imperium for sure.
Yeah. Even after Gunther came out when they lost and just looked at him on the barrier.
Yeah,
they're linking up.
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
Yeah, but I'm happy they didn't do that. But in the same breath, I don't want to see Tama Tonga in this final. I can't lie.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't want to see Tama Tonga in this final.
I think they're definitely gonna using this now to kind of get back to the bloodline story, or pull Jay back into the bloodline story. I think if we get a final of Jay Uso Tama Tonga, I think Jimmy is coming out 100%.
To come back.
Yeah. Jimmy is going to be on that plane to Saudi Arabia to just come and do nuisance. And obviously from there, try to reel his brother back into the bloodline alongside Paul Heyman and all that kind of thing. So big up Lena. I think that's probably where we're going at this point. The men's King of the Ring.
But yeah, like obviously after watching when I watched SmackDown as well, like I don't know, that Tama Tonga match with it was actually decent. Yeah, it was actually decent, to be fair.
I wasn't overly moved.
I wasn't.
But I think from obviously I've watched a lot of Tama Tonga in New Japan.
Was that a great way to showcase him? Obviously, you've seen him before. Was that a great showcase for him? Or
the match itself was fine, but from what I could see, they weren't given too much time. 1, 2, a lot of his moveset they've changed, or they're stopping him doing the indie-rific kind of wrestling, and maybe dulling it down for the
character.
Safe WWE stuff and stuff as well. Okay. Yeah, so I think it may take a bit to get used to his style now, and for people to get invested with him in the ring. But yeah, obviously he beat Dawkins, which is fine. Dawkins wasn't meant to be in the tournament anyway. I was convinced he was going to beat Bobby Lashley anyway.
Yeah,
Who's he got now next round? Tama Tonga?
Is it not LA Knight?
Yes, you're correct. LA Knight. Yeah. So Tama Tonga, LA Knight.
I think it's LA Knight.
I think you're right. I don't expect LA Knight to win,
which is sad because ideally, if they really wanted to do it, they could have easily had LA Knight versus Jey Uso in the final, and that'll be like the super who's over the most. I don't know.
I don't want to see that. We had this conversation today in the group in the Discord as well. Like, man, then we're saying LA Knight deserves more. I was like, what's the difference between LA Knight and Jey Uso?
Same thing. Same thing.
I said, yeah. Like, what's his name? LA Knight has had his trajectory. Like, maybe when he had his world title match with Roman, was that November last year or so? That was when he's at his highest. Had another world title match in January this year. He's on his way down the hill now. Had a good WrestleMania match, but other than that, he's on his way down the hill. He wasn't featured on TV practically for about 3-4 weeks before King of the Ring. So it's not enough. Yeah, it's not a character. Yeet is not a character. Let's start giving these people. Jey Uso was one of the best TV characters over the bloodline stuff. Bro. Remember this guy in tears when Sammy turned on Roman?
Yes, bro. I want this Jey Uso.
Got it, bro. Yes,
I want this Jey Uso back. This one, that one. That's what I want back. That one, bro.
They have someone there. Like, he's got the ability, bro. But they just got him pandering right now and doing yeet, and it's all well and good, but I don't know if complexity, even though yeet is your catchphrase. You see what I mean? Like,
I don't know if I'm being a broken record here. I've asked you this question before, but would you prefer if we had this Jey Uso in this same position, but forgetting the yeet, but still be called main event Jey Uso?
I think people would buy it more. Like, the issue right now is that people like the entrance and stuff, but then the wrestling's not there. And then I think another issue is that some people find the yeet stuff and the entrance corny, but they will turn a blind eye to it if the wrestling was there.
Yeah.
So I think the wrestling and the matches is probably more what's bothering people now. Like, me personally, I haven't even got to the actual wrestling because, whether this is a controversial take or not, I don't actually think wrestling matters. Like, I genuinely don't think, especially in WWE, I don't think wrestling matters too tough. But I think he still needs to have a general story arc in his matches, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like his matches need to kind of build to a point, and you can tell a story in the ring without being an overly good wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, boy, it's becoming the Jey Uso section of the show every week. But I'll always end it same way. I want him to do well. I want him to be a world champion one day, and I want him to be a deserving world champion one day. More because of he's a well-rounded package, and not just because he's a yeet machine, bro.
Yeah.
So
I think slowly but surely, I think it's just I'll say in the next 2 years. I don't know how old Jay is, but I'll say next 2 years, maybe he might be the champion. But I feel like Logan Paul needs to probably.
I'm thinking if Roman, I think is about 38, 39, and them man about 36, 37.
36. Okay. They got time. 40s is like 50s. You can wrestle to like 50, 60.
Bruv, the graph, the arc of ages of WWE champions is old. Like Damian Priest, 40 or 41, just won his first world title.
There you go.
Bobby Lashley, when he won his first world title, I think he had just turned
45
40 or 41 or something.
Yeah, 40,
I don't think is he up to 45?
I think it was. I can't remember.
He was 40 something.
40 something. Yeah.
When he won the world title in the pandemic or just after the pandemic, he was 40 odd. So I think Cody's another one that's probably just bucked that trend, but Cody's about 38, 39, I think.
Yeah.
So
the youngest champion still to this day is
it Orton?
Orton was world heavyweight. Orton was world heavyweight now.
Yeah, it was Lesnar, but remember they scratched off Lesnar's legacy. They gave it to Orton. So which is 24, I think, is the youngest world champion.
That's crazy.
In terms of age, which is very crazy when you think about
that is crazy.
24. So yeah, like WWE tend to give these men title runs, or at least their first title run, when they're about 37, 38, 39, 40. So we'll see.
I think he'll get it for one day. But I was obviously this is another segue to what we're going to talk about next, but I just feel like Logan Paul probably does need to lose that title just to free up some sort of like rumbling amongst the mid-card scene. Obviously, we don't really see him too much, and like him not really being active like that on weekly television kind of harms it a bit. But I feel like if he does lose it and Cody loses someone else, it'll open up because there'll be more hungry people that can get the title. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's a Smackdown title, right?
Yeah, US title.
So cool, perfect stuff. Like Montez Ford can do something with Dawkins, Apollo. Well, not Apollo. I'm saying Apollo. Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross can do something with it.
Karrion Kross is on Raw now, though.
He is on Raw. He came out and said, Kofi! Yeah. There's plenty of people that can do stuff with that will need that title in it and just do stuff with it in it. Like what we've got with the Intercontinental title scene right now with Bronson Reed and what's in the Chad Gable.
Sami Zayn and Chad Gable,
yeah. Just give them something to do, I'll say.
Yeah, I think well, with this whole segment with Logan Paul, just moving on, obviously Nick Aldis just come out and it was just like, yeah, your next challenge has been decided. I was like, okay. And Logan Paul comes out. And I was like, okay. And I don't think the whole of the internet, including maybe WWE themselves, are very clear on did they just set up a championship match, which is, I guess, what they said with Nick Aldis. But people are saying, is it title for title?
That's
what I heard. Just an exhibition match for both of these champions? Which, if it was just an exhibition match, I wouldn't have an issue with. But I guess Nick Aldis has said your next challenger has been decided, and you assume, it's just Logan Paul going after the world title, and he has his own title. But obviously, Cody then said a line that, I've never won the US title, which I guess is making everyone think, are both titles on the line here? So it might be as clear as day that it's just WWE Championship that's on the line, which my only issue with, I have no issue with Logan Paul. I put out a tweet on the weekend saying that Logan Paul being gifted this world title match it stinks. And I got a bit of backlash, but it wasn't. I could have phrased the tweet better. It wasn't anything against Logan Paul. It was the fact that this has been decided, And how did we get here?
How do we get? There was no sort of like clear, because obviously we just
There
came
was
from a tournament. We just came from a
Yeah.
fatal four-way. For us to now come from a fatal four-way to now go to a match where like he's like, yeah, listen, you're your new challenger, Logan Paul. Did this happen over the podcast, or did this happen over? Because there's that trend, right? There's that trend, right, where whenever Logan Paul has someone in their podcast, and I've seen it myself, you know who's coming next. You know there's going to be a match
next. Yeah.
You see it. Like one day, Logan Paul probably have MJF on the podcast, and that's when you know MJF is coming to WWE. You see it. It's confirmed. It's a confirmation. It's a confirmation piece of content that shows that this is the next person that's coming up. So
I think, like, I would have appreciated, even if Nicole just said, well, Cody, we're looking at who your next challenger could be, and this man he's undefeated in 2024. You know, he is our other highest ranked champion, so your challenger is going to be Logan Paul. And I would appreciate that so much, as opposed to, so we don't need to have like a match or a qualifier or a fatal four-way to decide the number one contender. He could have just used some other kind of logic to just tell the fans that this is why it's been decided. And they just skipped over that bit, and it frustrated me a bit. And I make noise because of the same way as this is AEW. Like when Christian came out to face Swerve Strickland, I made noise. Because although Christian and Swerve is a great match and it makes sense because of the history, you actually have a ranking system over there.
Yeah.
And I know Christian ain't top of it. So what are we doing?
Yeah.
So it's just one of them ones where, hey, wrestling logic, let's just do what we want in it.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What I did say, I did have a thought, man. I was like, maybe they could have done a thing where it's like, I do hate this. You probably hate this as well. You see that segment they do? It's like a WWE thing where, for example, Logan Paul comes out. I deserve a chance at this title because you've been on my podcast and I've never lost yet. Then someone else comes out. I deserve a title. Then someone else comes out. I deserve a title. After someone comes over the barrier, I deserve a chance. I wouldn't have minded that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have minded that sort of like me thing. I would have minded it. But the Logan Paul thing, even though, do you know what it is? Nothing I was going to say, this is probably off thing, but I don't like when Logan Paul cuts promos. Do you know the first half of that promo he cut?
Mm-hmm.
The second half of the promo when they start in Sort Prime, when he turned into Logan Paul. Yeah. I love when Logan Paul speaks like that.
Yeah.
When he's himself. The whole thing of him just trying to be thing, I hate that shit. But yeah, back to us.
He's doing the WWE wrestler type.
Yeah, I like when he's himself, bro.
I mean, he's learned it better than some WWE superstars have.
Very true.
I'll give him that much. I think, yeah, I wouldn't have had an issue. It's definitely played out, like you said, but you know, everyone coming forward and saying why they should get a chance, and then it leads to some fatal four-way, and then Logan could have won that. It's played out, but they could have done something like that. Or like I said, Nick Aldis could have just come with, hey, Cody, this is our most highest ranked winner of 2024 outside of yourself. You know, they haven't lost a match, so we're giving them the number one contendership for your title at King of the Ring. I think that would have been fine as well. But yeah, don't just kind of skip over it, especially when you're trying to say your product is, you want to move it more sports orientated, you want it to be deemed a certain way. Don't skip over these little details, because I think it just helps to kind of fill the gaps and stuff like that. Like the women will have a whole number one contenders match for something, and then the men are just here, oh, we've decided
we're giving you Bomb Breaker for free. For Breaker versus Cody for free.
This is it.
Man, no, that's to work for that, bro.
So I thought, though, because it wasn't really clear whether it was everything's on the line, world title and US title. I thought, oh well, if it is, if everything is up for grabs, then I didn't see the match having a finisher. I thought, right, if it's WWE Championship and United States title on the line and Saudi main event, dusty finish, and we get the debut of the Wyatt Six.
Oh, not. Do you know?
That's what I was thinking. If that's what they're doing,
this is my issue. Don't be putting the Wyatt Six against people like, for example, world champions, because we see what happened with Bray Wyatt. When Bray Wyatt came up against Roman Reigns, or even Goldberg, per se, like these guys will get squashed, and it'll just be the same cycle, bro. At least bring him out against, I don't know.
No, I agree. Yeah. They shouldn't. But I thought more, I was thinking just to kind of get out of their situation of booking a belt versus belt match. Otherwise, Cody has to win. Cody beats Logan Paul and carries the US title as well, which I think is very, very possible. But I don't know why you would want to put both of the belts on Cody.
Cody, yeah.
His character doesn't necessarily, you know, fit for that.
But then again, is Cody was becoming the heel? Is Cody was becoming a bad guy? Is Cody? I feel like double title things only work for bad guys.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think, you know, he would need to do it, sort of thing, unless they're trying to prove he's a fighting champion.
Yeah,
because obviously Roman wasn't per se. That might be why they're trying to do it, but I don't know. I don't think it's clear what the match is. I think it's a WWE Championship match, with no other strings or anything else added to it. But
unless I would be for the whole Wyatt Six thing, unless they come in and they just torment Cody for weeks on end, and he's a new story with the Wyatt family, but he doesn't get to like the main leader. It takes a while to get to the main leader. By the time he gets to the main leader, he probably goes through a whole thing when they don't eventually, they don't eventually go for like any title matches, nothing like that, until like, say, I don't know, Roman, I don't know, play SummerSlam or something. But I don't know. I don't think they should.
It could just be like a psychological thing, like you're saying. Like it's not about the belts or anything like that. Just after Cody matches, they come out, they torment him and all of this kind of stuff. They're just bare bookie around him and things like that. Because we know come SummerSlam or later on this year, they're gonna get back online with the Roman story and The Rock and all of that stuff. So yeah, I think that's probably the bigger issue right now. They just don't know to what extent to put Cody into stories, because they need to get back on course to this other stuff when they're back. So I mean, I'm quite happy if they just keep Cody to doing wrestling. Like if he now goes to Saudi and more than likely has a very high quality match with Logan Paul, that's fine. I think the Randy Orton one is just it's right there.
It's right.
So I don't know when they're gonna do it.
Randy Orton just needs to turn heel. He just needs to, because I feel like they can't do. I don't think they can do a storyline where Randy Orton's like he's a face and it's like, you know, Randy needs to go back to his old ways and it's like, listen, I haven't forgotten about that. I haven't forgotten about this. Let's run it back. I think that's the best way to do it. But like we said, that should have been the first story. That should have been the first feud he had.
Yeah, I mean, I was very happy with the AJ match. They got 5 stars for that, didn't they?
5 stars, yeah.
Meltzer, yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
I was very happy with the AJ match, but I thought you would have just given him like a story from the out. But then, of course, it came out that they want to kind of just keep Cody away from stories as they're waiting for Rock and Roman to come back. I think Randy Orton would be a great feud. Perfect. I think someone like left field-ish that could potentially beat Cody if they turned as well is Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
I think especially if Kevin Owens is his contract runs out in January.
Yeah.
If he signs a new one, is staying on. And I think Cody would do the honors for him.
Yeah.
Cody's spoken highly about, you know, what Kevin Owens done for him and getting him ready for the and stuff when he left WWE, linking him up with the Young Bucks because he never met the Young Bucks before then. I think we could have a story where Kevin Owens is like, all of this, I made you, I got you ready for that outside world, give me a chance and all of this kind of thing. Kevin Owens can go back to being his crazy, nasty self and that. I think we definitely need, in this Triple H regime, I'm just desperately waiting for a Kevin Owens title run and a Finn Balor title run.
But yeah, both of them.
I need this.
Yeah. And I believe it can come from this Cody run.
Lloyd, I need this.
I need that shit. I need it. You got them. You got 2 of them. I need that shit. You got 2 of them.
I need them to have this title in this Triple H world, honestly. And so I think that could be an outside person. Because I don't know, like it's going to be hard to see, is The Rock gonna beat Cody?
Have you heard that rumor about how they're gonna do people's champion versus the undisputed title at WrestleMania next year? I don't know if I want that. But knowing The Rock here, The Rock will come back and cut a promo, go home and smoke some more crack. I say, yeah, give me that crack. I want to smoke it too. But yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, I think once it comes to WrestleMania season, yeah, all sort of like logic and everything just goes out the window. It's like anything can happen. Just give it to us, bro. Anything can happen, man. But you're right. I feel like Kevin Owens and Finn Balor will probably get their shine in this new Paul Levesque era. Probably just Cody sort of feud. So Cody run.
And Sami Zayn. I mean,
yeah,
I probably like the moment of Sami Zayn winning it more so than whatever his title run might be. But I think those are the last of like Triple H's kids that need to really rise up and have a real good opportunity, because Kevin Owens, that Universal title run was a lot of fun with Jericho, but then they just threw it all away to give Goldberg the title.
Yeah.
And then Finn Balor obviously just never got started because of injury.
Yeah.
So yeah, the man need, and Sami Zayn's just never won a world title. So yeah, the man need to get some.
Yeah, for real, man. For real. Do you want to go through the Queen's King of the Ring, the bracket so far, which is what we had this week? Or should we go for the men's first? I'll just update
Let's
the people.
talk about it. Yeah, go on.
So the men's, we had Gunther versus Kofi Kingston. Gunther beat Kofi Kingston. It was a submission. Boston, was it Boston Crab?
Yeah, Boston Crab, man. I mean, you always say it, but I love every time it happens. When the switch goes off,
the desperation.
And it's just like, it's time to wrap this up now. Like,
call it Fergie time. Desperation. Anything has to happen, bro. I'm blindsiding the ref. I'm getting that pin. I'm tying your shoelace. Bro. Yeah, all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, he won that way. We had Dragunov versus Jey Uso. Obviously, Jey Uso won that match. Jey Uso was bleeding in the air. I don't know. I didn't clock how that happened.
I think maybe his earring got pulled because it looked like it was coming from his earring.
Yeah. Then we had Carmelo Hayes versus Baron Corbin. That was a decent match as well.
Yeah, good match, man.
Pablo Escobar versus LA Knight. Yeah, so the match was decent. Tama Tonga versus Dawkins, and Tama Tonga got through. So we got Tama Tonga versus LA Knight, and we got Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes next week. So yeah, it's gonna be good. That's the that's the quarterfinal on SmackDown side. So we'll get that on Friday. Sorry. So the winner of that match faces the final at Saudi. Queens won, so we got Shayna Baszler took on Io Sky.
So good,
bro. Io Sky is epic. She is. I think she might be the best women's wrestler in the E right now.
Yeah,
she's clinical.
I think so. She's top 3, 100%.
Yeah,
but yeah, she might be number 1 to be completely fair. Most well-rounded, everything. Like, she's so good. And I see Shayna Baszler, and bro, I was thinking, give me that NXT Shayna Baszler back, man. Yeah. This woman was she was a tyrant in NXT. She was so good. Had the whole division in a chokehold, like, and we just see glimpses of that now, and then she loses and stuff, and then she cut point on those promos backstage, and I think one of their reels or digital or whatever, saying that something's got to change, something's got to happen for me, blah 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 blah.
A lot of wrestlers are saying that. A lot of wrestlers saying that.
Ricochet said that. You man are here teasing me because then nothing changes.
Nothing changes. But you see, man, because if 3 wrestlers have said it so far, Ricochet said it, Kofi Kingston said it, and Shayna Baszler said it. That might be a whole new sort of like vehicle for these wrestlers to now go and actually change stuff now.
Just on Kofi Kingston, like I haven't really ever, apart from just wanting to see black men succeed, I've never really been a fan of the New Day and the packaging and stuff. It's not for me, innit? And I understand that. But seeing Kofi Kingston last night just, attack Gunther before the bell, put on a really good match, I just feel this is where these men offer their best value at this point in their career. Like, they're not gonna be world champions and stuff again, but they can be the experienced heads that know how to just put on a very good match and want to still prove they've got it. And I feel like Kofi Kingston done exactly that last night. I think he was great.
Yeah. He's like, I feel like, even obviously I enjoyed his run as champion. Maybe because I'm Ghanaian, he's Ghanaian, whatever, but I probably enjoyed his run as champion. And even just seeing him against, you know, like these wrestlers that are like, I always feel like Kofi Kingston's that type of guy. Is like, can he do it? Can he do it? Oh, he's done it. That's the reason I love Kofi Kingston. And like you said, the experience and all that sort of stuff is the reason why we love seeing him and stuff. So yeah, man. What happened to? I've always asked, what happened to his chest again?
Was it Big Show that gave him a chop or something and caved in his chest? I believe. I believe that's the story.
That's crazy. Lara Valkyria, Zoe Stark.
Very good match as well. Very good match.
Valkyria got through.
Yeah, as we were saying, Valkyria's like, she's getting over the chant stuff helps in the crowd, but you can see wink, nudge, Jey Uso. There's more than just an entrance and a sound effect. You see what I mean? I think what's worked very well with her is that she's got this alignment to Becky Lynch as well. Becky Lynch is a star, but at the same time, coming back to Jey Uso has rubbed shoulders with Roman Reigns for 3 years.
3 years, yeah.
So you need to still be able to clearly do it in the ring. That's where Lyra's getting over now, because she's putting on great match. She put on a good match last week with Dakota Kai, put on a pretty good match this week with Zoe Stark. So
even her matches at NXT, her display NXT as an NXT Women's Champion was great as well. So she was doing it. Obviously, like, I didn't really enjoy her run too tough, but she done well there. So, you know, I think it's expected, man. It's expected at this point. I wasn't really feeling her when she first came in, but she
likewise. I remember watching her in NXT UK.
NXT UK, yeah.
NXT UK, I just didn't get it. I felt like how fans probably felt with Roman Reigns 2014. Why are you lot pushing this bird woman down my neck? I just didn't get this. I honestly just didn't get Valkyria at all. But the more I watched her, I thought, okay, she's at least a very good wrestler. I still think her character and stuff, I mean, I guess it's a simple gimmick. It's just like, I'm shooting for the stars, I'm a bird, I fly high. Like, I think that's basically what it is, I think. But I think she's just getting over as a good wrestler sort of thing at this point.
Great.
So big up her.
She's great. Correction here, big up Del for even just doing the research sentence us. Kofi Kingston's genetic condition. It's a myth. It's a myth.
That's what I said. As the story goes, it was Big Show, but
this is this is what I want to talk about. I feel like Nia Jax is probably not Nia Jax. So Jade Cargill is probably in the group of death. Let's
talk about it.
Because, bro, let's go through that. So she had a match with Piper Niven on Smackdown, which I thought was one of Jay's best matches in WWE so far. She's now won that match, and she's now having a match with Nia Jax. Bro, what are we doing here? And even on the next bracket, if they're going to give us Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair,
they're not going to do it. They're just teasing it. It's just a visual tease. Same thing they done with Ilya and Gunther. Just a visual tease. They're not going to do it. With Jade, well, like you said perfectly, this is group of death. You know, in the World Cup, when you get flipping Ghana, Argentina, Brazil in the same group, and then you probably the one Poland or something.
Just like Poland or Slovakia.
Bro, this is group of death. But I love it because, you know, apart from we've now put tag team champions in here, but it makes it feel big time. Like, it makes it feel like this is a proper big name, star-studded event.
Yeah, and
Jade Cargill, that's her first televised singles match that she had against.
Yes, it is,
isn't it? In WWE, and she's done very well. I don't think she's had another singles match, unless she's maybe had a squash match.
Just squash match, just squash matches. But this is her first. She went on match was 5 minutes.
Yeah, she might have had a squash match before, but this is like a proper, kind of match, and she done really well. And I think you just see the move set is developing, and she comes over one hurdle, and then she's got Nia Jax now in the next round.
Yeah.
And for me, Nia Jax or Tiffany, either one of them will be perfect to win the Queen of the Ring.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's how much do you want to preserve Jade Cargill? Like, because Jade Cargill can go on to beat Nia Jax. Tiffany can beat Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair's got an injury that they're kind of playing with right now.
Yeah.
Yes, they can lead into that. And then Jade could beat Tiffany and beat whoever the Raw side of the bracket wins and win the whole thing. And I think that might put unnecessary pressure on Jade. Yeah. Like if they want her to remain undefeated, they could do something like that. But if you now start calling Jade Cargill, who is clearly someone you guys are taking so long to make sure you get right, if you start calling her Queen of the Ring,
it's a bit weird.
You're putting pressure on her still.
Big pressure. Yeah. I think she loses to Nia Jax on Friday.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I don't mind that because I feel like it then goes back. It's long-term story to them for getting eliminated by Nia Jax in the Royal Rumble. Nia Jax has got a point to prove. You eliminated me. You embarrassed me in front of the whole scene. You're just a newbie. I've been here for time. I'm gonna beat you up. And this is why I feel like Nia Jax should win the King of the Ring as well.
Yeah, I think either Nia Jax or what's her face? Tiffany Stratton. No.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the winner of the women's Queen of the Ring has to come from this side of the bracket.
Yeah.
The Raw women are just like they're formidable workers. They're doing very well in terms of the work in the ring. But in terms of Queen of the Ring and a character that can now carry that mantra, I think it's either Nia Jax or Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah. I'm with that.
Yeah, it's a great quarterfinal. Even Tiffany versus Bianca is going to be a lot of fun. So, yeah, it should be good.
I just wanted to give some flowers to the new Smackdown ring announcer. She was at NXT.
Alicia Taylor.
Yes, just talk about that. Honestly, it's great to see black women in these spaces where they've been given these roles and stuff. We saw what she's done in NXT, and when I saw NXT, I was like, "This woman's sick. She's great." Who's replacing NXT now then?
Mike Rome. So Mike Rome that used to do SmackDown, he's just moved to NXT.
He's gone back then. Oh, makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Moved back. I believe, as well as obviously Alicia Taylor being very good at her job, I think Mike Rome wanted to move back to Florida.
Oh, makes sense.
It's just like a easy move to make, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So big up her, man. It's nice to see her there. I think even Corey Graves even mentioned. I think was it Corey Graves or probably I think it's Corey Graves probably says that she's another black woman that's in announcing as well. So it's good. Also, we saw Lillian Garcia come back as well. Lillian Garcia. Yeah, she came back as well. It's nice to see.
It's good. I felt like that was a bit of a passing of the torch, an official passing of the torch to Samantha. Because Samantha's been great. I feel like Samantha, obviously we had the Howard Finkles and stuff back in the day that became like name brand and stuff like that. And what's the Donnie that does the boxing called again?
Todd Gresham. Wait, no.
No. The old school one.
Michael Buffer.
That's it. We have these occasions where ring announcers become their own brand, become their own celebrity and stuff like that. And I feel like that's literally what we're seeing happen with Samantha right now. So to kind of get the seal of approval, the torch passed on to her by Lillian Garcia, who you would say up to this point is the greatest female ring announcer. Samantha's definitely kind of taken that position, taking the ball and run with it. So big up her, big up Alicia Taylor. And it's just good to see, other black people kind of getting into other spaces in wrestling. We've now gone beyond the ring. We've got commentators, you got ring announcers, we've got referees, you've got The Rock as a black man in the boardroom. So they're getting about the place, which is good.
Nice lit, man. Proper lit, man. In terms of King of the Ring, I don't know what matches have been announced so far. Just want to go through them quickly.
In terms of the pay-per-view?
Any match has been announced so far?
Cody's match, Cody Logan. And then you got the Intercontinental match, Sami Zayn, Chad, and Bronson Reed. You got the women's championship.
So they've already got 5 matches already.
Becky
That's
and
done.
what's her
Liv
face?
Morgan.
Liv Morgan. What are the other two that have been announced?
Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, Bronson Reed, Cody
Yeah.
Rhodes versus Logan Paul, and after you got the Queen of the Ring final and King of the Ring final. So, are you going to go through predictions?
So even the tag match that they just announced, he's not going to be on the show. Maybe
tag match with
Judgment Day just became #1 contenders.
Oh yes, it did. Yeah.
So
that might get enough. Actually, no, I don't know.
They'll probably just put that on Raw or something like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be on Raw.
Yeah. I mean, it's not surprising. Triple H likes these 5-match cards. So
yeah. I'm with it. I like the 5-match cards. Watch it and go to bed, man. I think it's at 6 p.m. on Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be early thing.
Yeah, that's next week. Next week?
I believe so.
This week?
Yeah. No, it's not this weekend. It's next weekend, I think.
Yeah, it'll be dumb to put it because this weekend they got Usage versus Fury this weekend. So they're doing that Saudi sports weekend thing. So next week will be King of the Ring.
Yeah, I think it's King of the Ring and Double or Nothing AEW next weekend.
Yeah. That's gonna be cool.
Nice weekend. Let me just see. That's you said that's next weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, 25th.
Okay, then we got a bank holiday on the 27th.
Shit. Yeah, we do.
And might have to do a watch along.
Yeah, because we got Loading Bar on a Saturday, on a Sunday. And we got Basic Goose. Got Basic Goose on the next day. So if we could do like a watch along for Saudi, I wouldn't mind that. I don't know about Double or Nothing because that's different rules, but it'll be good to do that. Also, we'll announce probably like a week in advance. Maybe be a thing for the members. If you're a member, then you're going to be invited.
Watch it with us. We'll see. Even if we do something online, we'll see.
We'll see for sure. But I think that's all that's happened this week in wrestling, WWE. Over that side, I don't know if there's anything else you want to add this week.
No, I think those are like the main stories. King of the Ring is dominating the show, and it feels good, like that you've got something at least to kind of carry us through for the next few weeks, and then out of King of the Ring, I'm sure that's we're leading on the road. We're on the road to Clash at the Castle at that point. You can really see they've really started planting the seeds of Drew McIntyre versus
Punk.
What's his face? Not Punk, Damian Priest. Damian Priest is looking like a baby face right now. He said, what's all this noise for? You want a match? Okay, cool. You got your match. And I'll what? So that's gonna be good. And it's you imagine Drew's gonna win in Scotland.
But then again, CM Punk might come up and ruin it again. I don't know.
Maybe
there's lots of stuff that could happen. Yeah.
So you just have to kind of see how this goes and how they manage it. But then they'll start building that clash card, and it's gonna catch fire. A lot of things gonna roll. We got Money in the Bank after that.
Yeah. There's SummerSlam.
Any first guesses, early guesses? Sorry, for your Money in the Bank. Who's gonna win that for men? If
Jay doesn't win, I don't know, but I don't know. I don't think they can give Jay Money in the Bank and King of the Ring 1 year. Myth. I'm giving it to Gunther. No. I think Logan Paul might get it.
Money in the Bank.
Yeah. He was in the last Money in the Bank match, and he was like the MVP in that match. From what I remember, he had that mad jump from the rope and went into the top from the ladder, went straight into the table. Maybe he might get it. Then that'll be Logan Paul's. But knowing Logan Paul, he gets the title shot anyway. So does he even need the Money in the Bank?
Yeah, he doesn't need it.
So I don't know.
So mine, I think my name's in the hat.
Chelsea Green.
Oh yeah, for the women, 100%. Chelsea Green. If I'm going to go women's, Chelsea Green. I'll put Tiffany Stratton in there, and Naomi.
Naomi's a good shout. Great shout.
That'll be my 3 as it stands for the women. For the men, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, Solo Sikoa.
So Solo Sikoa is a big shout because he said something on SmackDown which I forgot to talk about.
Go on, which was
he said he called the title our title. He said
Roman. When did he say that?
So when
Roman lost our title.
when Roman lost, he said, when we lost our title last week, like, I'm not lost our title at WrestleMania. When he said, I was like, wait, our title?
The Kingdom's title, Samoa's title.
So what does that mean? What do you mean by that? What do you actually mean by that? But I think him winning the money back would be great because that can also now set up him trying to, like, you know, take over dominance and try and get that title for himself. So,
well, just on that, Solo Sikoa said last week that he spoke to Roman Reigns and Roman Reigns has put him in charge.
Yeah. I
He's
saw that
gassing.
He's lying.
Gassing.
He's lying. There's gonna be a
definitely
big shock when that theme song hits. It's gonna do this. It's going to be extravagant.
Did he?
Wow.
The
zoom.
The zoom is gonna kill me. Did he say, was his actual words, I've spoken to the tribal chief and I'm in charge, or was it I've spoken to Roman Reigns?
He said I think he asked Paul Heyman if he spoke to Roman Reigns, and Paul Heyman said no. Then he said, I've spoken to Roman Reigns. Catch me if I'm wrong. I don't know, guys. Let me know if you guys in the comments. Let us know.
I'm just trying to kind of latch a theory onto his actual words, because if he said I've spoken to the tribal chief and I'm in charge now, then the tribal chief could easily be The Rock, as opposed to actual Roman Reigns, unless he said I've spoken to Roman Reigns and I'm in charge now, which I do think he said, but I can't remember correctly. But yeah, I mean, I still have my theory that Solo wins the Money in the Bank and gives it to The Rock to cash in.
Yeah.
I still think that's
big shot.
That's the thing. And if they do that, I just think that'll be fantastic.
Final boss, yeah, makes sense.
Final boss.
But how does Roman Reigns come back into that mix though?
It's going to be interesting to see what it is, like you're saying. What is the thing that brings Roman back? Maybe it's disrespect, like open disrespect to Paul Heyman, because that's his wise man, or to maybe Jey Uso. Maybe something happens to Jey Uso that pulls on his heartstrings. Jey Uso is obviously a big baby face right now. If they want to bring Roman back as a big baby face, he comes to the rescue of Jey Uso. And maybe Jimmy Uso as well. He comes to both of their rescues. Because, yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going to direct, even if The Rock gets the title, I think The Rock having the title will be something between The Rock and Cody.
As
opposed to Roman coming back for the title. He's not, and I don't think he should.
Yeah. I think Roman needs to probably come back into the scene, not to come across like he's like the savior or anything, but maybe he does come back as the savior.
Still. He's the savior.
You're right. He might be the savior at the point where like he comes back to like literally do what Cody Rhodes did and save the the WWE from the bloodline. Basically, go against his own blood and literally kill them off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So maybe he comes up on that vibe.
He has to come back and save the Usos.
Yeah.
Those are his original. That's where the story began. That's what all the pictures, all the vignettes of them playing baseball and American football together. It's of the Usos and Roman Reigns. The Rock ain't in them pictures. Solo ain't in them pictures. Tangaloa and Tamatonga are not in those pictures. Jacob Fatu is not in those pictures.
Unless we haven't seen them yet. But
they don't exist.
They don't exist. Yeah, they don't exist. You're right. They don't exist. So,
and that's another name that we have to factor into how they're going to bring him in, Jacob Fatu, because all the talk right now is
him.
I don't know if you've seen this. Yeah, they're scared to bring him in because they think he's going to be better than Solo as the top guy. And I'm watching Solo, especially last week. And I hate to say this, I do feel like it's getting a bit cartoonish. His character now looks like he's trying to play a mob boss, as opposed to Roman when he was like that mob boss character. He just embodied it. You felt it.
Yeah.
But Solo looks like he's trying to play a mob boss. And I feel like now they're kind of pushing it on Solo. It's like, I don't know if I want to see I don't know.
I feel like the takeover is still early. The takeover of Solo is still early. But I think what he's been giving us from the takeover hasn't really been as, for example, perfect example, presentation. I don't think they got the presentation right. If you're going to do suits,
what he's wearing and stuff like that,
wearing the whole walk into the ring, the whole aura of, from us having the aura of Roman Reigns, I'm not trying to compare anything. I'm not saying he should be like Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns' aura as a tribal chief, bro, extravagant. And I feel like he probably needs to have something along those lines where he meets in the middle where it's like, cool, if I'm gonna wear a blazer with a white shirt, the blazer has to be tailor fit. If I'm gonna I need to look proper groomed, like I need to look well. Then again, he does look like one of these guys that's like he's like a pirate. He's hijacked the ship. And he just basically put on the captain's jacket, the captain's hat, and he's like, bow.
I think
look, they'll say it here. Perfect example. I initially
Captain Solo, but I think they're presenting him like that on purpose.
He's a pirate. He's a pirate.
He looks like someone that is like, okay, you know, NXT, Tony D, and sometimes Tony D has like these uncles next to him, older looking men in suits. That's what he looks like. He looks like he is basically a hired gun. He's a close protection kind of guy for someone, but he doesn't look like the guy. He needs to look like the guy as opposed to someone that is just a hired, you know, come and protect me for the day bodyguard or something like that. He looks too bodyguardish right now, and like I said, he's acting as if I'm a top guy sort of thing. And
I think they all look like bodyguards. They all need to look different from each other. Tonga, they call him Tongaloa, not even Tang. What was it?
They changed his name to Tongaloa. It's Tangaloa, but they've trademarked it and changed it to Tongaloa. Probably so it matches with his brother. As Tamatonga. We got Tongaloa. So
maybe he probably needs to cut off the suit. Maybe he doesn't wear the suit. Maybe he just wears a Bloodline t-shirt. Do you get what I mean? But like we've said, I think it's all done it's all done on purpose. He's meant to look like a pirate that's basically hijacked the ship, and he's just thrown on one of Roman's jackets, and just to make it look like, for example, you see back in the day where there's that kid in school, his older brother leaves the school, and obviously when his older brother's in school, he was like the guy man. He was like, no one tried with him. When his older brother to school, he has to basically step in that position where he's now trying to, do you know what I mean? He's now trying to be the boss. He's trying to be the cool guy.
This is part of the problem because, like, for me, there was once upon a time he had the aura we're speaking of now. He had it.
Is that when he was quiet?
Yeah, when he was quiet, he would come out and stuff, and then you'd be like, oh, like, okay, Solo's here. Okay, everyone chill, Solo's here, innit? Like, then he started just losing, being used as just a pawn in anything that these men were doing. Like, and that hasn't helped, you know. Too many losses. It's like, yeah, you know, he's not the guy sort of thing. But now he's calling himself the guy. Triple H is chronically online. He's seen he thinks he's the tribal chief now memes on Twitter, and has made that Solo's whole gimmick now. Like, I mean, yeah, if he's playing a bad tribal chief, then that's fine with me. That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah. This is it.
The bloodline has been infiltrated by area boys. When the real Oga comes, he will stand down. Yeah, ultimately, unless he thinks he's too big for his boots and he can clash with Roman.
I think he's going to clash with Roman.
Whichever way they're going. Yeah, whichever way they're going. That's. I think that's fine. I don't think they should be worried about the Jacob Fatu element.
Jacob Fatu,
they're worried about it, and they're trying to do something about it, and it doesn't make Solo look any better. Is my thing.
I think Jacob Fatu shouldn't speak then. He should basically come in. We know that Jacob Fatu can speak, but I think he should come in and basically play what Solo was playing when Solo was under Roman Reigns.
Correct.
Just come in, quiet, and just do your that's it done.
But he's potentially one of these guys that even in silence could have the aura like Solo did. Solo in his silence had the aura that, okay, we can't mess with this guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think it's a conundrum as much as they're making it a conundrum. It's, you know, I think I tweeted this the other day, or I must have said it or something. For them to be shook of Jacob Fatu, you know, coming to steal Solo's limelight, but you didn't know Ospreay could speak.
Yeah.
Are you people stupid or what?
Because
Jacob Fatu could easily steal the limelight from Solo. I'm not saying he can't, but it's like, how do you know one of these things that you don't know the other?
But
That's them. Anyway.
But Dell agreed and said he has to clash with Roman, but Roman will point out his flaws. Example, really winning, not dressed as the part yet. Yeah.
If Roman calls out his drip, that'll be hilarious.
Bro, look at what you're wearing, man. Like Jay, like look at him. He's trying to be me.
He's trying to be me.
Remember touching, what's it? Ula Fala, what's it gonna get? Ula Fala, what's it gonna get?
Oh, Ula Fala, yeah.
He goes, if you want to be me so much, take my Ula Fala. Take it. Like, remember after poem, we move to the side and be like this, isn't it? Oh, bro, the segment's got to be epic. The segment's got to be epic.
Roman will be doing that thing where he'll be like touching the blazer. What did you get this from? What did you get? This was a Target.
This is cheap. This is some cheap ass shit. After a few minutes, you hear, if you're somewhere, bro, hey. Oh, bro, fire on the mountain, fam. Fire on the mountain, fam. Oh, bro. No, that impression's big up. Is that Johnny Tahoti, big up you, bro. Oh, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think that's enough for the E today. This week we're dropping, I say tomorrow we're dropping the Kenny Omega episode of Break It Down.
Break it down.
Very good episode. We had Charlie from Wrestle Purist on there. We had NK and Dell. And we also had Mex hosting the episode as well. Dropping tomorrow, so guys, stay tuned for that one. What else has happened? What else we dropping this week? I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, Commissioner's Corner came out yesterday, so you can check that out. And of course, your regular Friday podcast on Friday.
And Indie Taker's probably dropping this week as well. Not sure, but probably dropping this week. But stay tuned for that one. Stay tuned for that one still. But yeah, man, I've been a Nafi.
Mex.
And this has been the E podcast. We're going to try to drop this one on streaming platform. Oh, Dell said tomorrow. So Indie Taker dropping tomorrow. Nice. So look forward to that. So yeah, we're gonna drop this on the platform. So guys, stay tuned for that one. Peace.
Take out, guys.